Salute, salute, salute. This is another video for the UK brothers out there. I did the video on how the dating scene is for the brothers out there. And, when I made that video, they say, yep, this is exactly how it is. The video was, it was this black woman from UK, and she was interviewing singer by the name of Jessie Reyes. She's a Canadian from Colombia. Her parents is from Colombia, and the answers when it came to the questions of what type of dates do this guy need money, you saw the difference. You saw the UK Keisha was talking about, oh, I can't do that. He got to take me on expensive dates and stuff like that. While the singer who has money, right, and who's doing better than that UK Keisha said, it's not about money. It's not about money at all. She likes walks in a park. She likes a picnic here and there. And she even said she don't mind going to the library for a date. And UK Keisha just couldn't understand it. And this what brothers was talking about. Now this one right here made this video talking about why more black African women can't find love in the UK, and this is what she had to say. That's the title
Now,
of her
let me
video.
explain. I was raised to believe that it is the man who approaches me. It is the man who makes the first move. As a black African woman, I wasn't raised to make the first move when it comes to love and dating. I'm not just going to walk up to a man and shoot my shot. That's not how I was socialized. I was socialized to be reserved when it comes to finding love or when it comes to dating. I'm not going to shoot my shot because I don't feel comfortable doing it. What I'll do as a black...
Well, that's where you're going to lose.
You're done.
Those days are done. Excuse me, my bad, brothers. Those days are done. You're going to have to shoot your shot. Those days are done. That's the big mistake right there. You're going to have to shoot your shot. And you know why? When brothers were shooting their shot, you got joy out of turning them down. You were so happy to tell your friends that you turned the dude down to make yourself feel better, to make yourself feel like you were superior over that guy by telling him no thank you, or even trying to make him feel like he's some sort of creep because he's interested in women. They called these guys creeps. These guys would approach him in appropriate settings. You're in a bar, you're in a lounge, and they offer you to, come by to offer a drink. And at times they would accept the drink, and then they accept the drink and just walk off. Just walk off with the man bought you a drink. The least you can have is a couple of minutes of convo to see if it's leads. So they'll take the drink and say thank you and just walk up. Brothers got tired of that. So brothers said, you know what brothers started doing? They stopped approaching. Now you see them in the bars looking around saying, where the men at? This ain't over just here in the U.S. It's over there also. To the brothers from over here that travel to, the UK, Europe, you've seen it also. You've seen the dynamic is no different. There's no difference. So you shooting your shot is the only way somebody's going to holler back at you, because nobody's checking for you anymore. They're not. So all this old school way of doing things didn't work. You didn't respect traditional ways. If you did, you under traditional ways would be you be under his leadership. Traditional ways was you cooperate with him. No, you wanted to be modern. So the modern date, not the modern way of dating is you have to shoot your shot. Those days are done.
Black African woman is to make it easier for the men to approach me. So as Black African women, it is not in our nature to just walk up to a man and shoot our shot. On the whole, that's not our experience, even though I've done it once and I won't tell you how that went. And the thing is, not everyone knows how to flirt, and unfortunately some men would know a flirting woman even if she slapped them.
You know why she won't tell you what? Because he turned her down. That's why. So just know that even if you shoot your shot, it's a very good chance that you get turned down. Yeah, prepare for that too. Rejection. A lot of y'all are crashing out because of rejection. A lot of them are black men. A lot of them are crashing out because of rejection. The men are not approaching them anymore. So therefore, when they do approach, and the guy said no dice, he tells them no dice. When he tells you that means he's not rolling the dice on you. He's not trying to crap out. Beat it.
Them in the face. And these days also, men actually want women to approach them. This is the 21st century. The second challenge when it comes to Black African women finding love abroad is to do with race. Now, we're not talking about racism here. That's not what we are on about. When it comes to race, I have found that on the whole, Black African women prefer to date within their race. We have got this ideal. We idealize the Black African family. We want the Black family. That's what we are after. And because
No. You call being with the Black African man, you call it settling. That's what they call it. That's them settling. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't be out here worshiping and chasing Brad. And that's the reason why she keeps saying Black African women to try to separate herself from the American Keishas over here. They're the same, man. Brad worshippers. If that was the case, you wouldn't have the Black African brothers over there. They're starting to open up their options more and more. A lot of them are starting to date Becky's, UK Becky. And the reason why is because they starting to see what we see over here. They watch us, they listen to us, they see what's going on with us, and they look at their situation and be like, wow, it's the same. And they're letting us know, a lot of brothers, AC, it's the same over here. So if you really cared about that, if you really put stock into it, if you really was more, family oriented with the African black man over there, they will be more receptive to you. But you only go after those guys after Brad done ran through you, and those brothers don't want that. So
because that's what we want, or that's what we wish for ourselves, then it becomes problematic, especially if you live abroad. Because if we look at the statistics of Black men versus Black women, the numbers don't add up. There are fewer black men than there are black women. Generally, we have more women than we have men. So when it comes to finding love, the dating pool for black African women is quite small. We don't have that many options, especially if you're...
That's a lie. That's a lie. The only way you can say that if those black men that are there weren't single. Those black men are single over there. They're not married. That's not a. They're not all. The only way to say that is to say all of them are married and they're unavailable. No, they're single. And if you were actively chasing, or pursuing a black man, or you were interested in having a black family, raising a black family with a black man, those men wouldn't be single. You can't say that when those guys are single. If there are black single men out there in the UK, black single African men in the UK, right? Why aren't you attaching yourselves to them? Where's the disconnect? Where's the disconnect? No, those guys are realizing the grift. If those guys are realizing the grift, right? If they're realizing the grift and they realize that the only thing you want to do is align yourself with them after you wash, they're not accepting you anymore. So that's the reason why you're trying to open up your options to dating outside. And the reason why you're being unsuccessful is because here's the truth of the matter. The only men that wanted you was those brothers. They was the only ones actively dating and marrying you as a collective. And they were dating and marrying you for the long haul. They wasn't treating you like Brad or Raj. Especially Raj in the UK. Raj stay running through them in the UK. They weren't treating you like that. They were treating you for an actual relationship. You did them dirty. So now you're having a hard time. A very hard time out there. It's tough for you out there.
If you're of a certain age, I'm not calling myself old now. I'm just saying that's the reality.
Washed. Just call it washed.
If you're a black African woman and you want to marry a black man, you don't have that many options. So in that case, it becomes harder for a black African woman to get into a relationship or to find love because we're holding on to that ideal of the black family. Having said that, I have seen quite a number of black African women married to other races and they appear genuinely happy and content. So I think
there we go. I told you it's gonna come out. First of all, you're lying. The number is so low. Again, the number is so low as far as how many are marrying them. It doesn't even register. The number is so low. No, they're not marrying them. It's not even at 5%. It's not even at 5%. Because in order for you to get married, he has to propose to you. See, this is what they don't understand. The dynamic, the ritual of getting married is step one. He has to want to marry you. Step two, he has to propose. First step two is he has to get the ring. Step three, he has to propose. Which means it needs to be up to him. See, you can go and chase Brad all you want, but it's up to him to want to marry you. It's not up to y'all. That's what they don't understand. The man gets on his knees and proposes. You carry his last name. If it was up to them and they was able to get on their knees and propose and get married and they can get the last name of the guy, they would have been. It doesn't happen that way. It's never going to be that way. I'm talking about as a whole. You're not going to see that. The man has to want to marry you in order for it to go down. And since they're not actively seeking you, you can lie all you want and say this is happening, but statistics show otherwise. So you're making this video because you're washed and you're done out here. You're done out there in those UK streets. It's finito for you.
I think Black African women have come to the realization that actually, if they wait for Black men, then they might not actually get married at all. So there are Black African women who have come to that realization and decided, you know what, this doesn't seem like it's going to happen, so I might as well find love elsewhere. So let me know what you think about this point. What do you think? Is it a mistake for Black African women to go outside of their race? Is it a mistake? What are your thoughts on this matter? Now then, moving on, the third and final reason why it is hard for Black African women to find love in the UK or abroad in general is dating apps. Now, the reason why dating apps make things harder or make things hard for Black African women to find love is that when you're on the dating app, it feels as if you are in a candy store. Now, let me explain what I mean by candy store. You know what happens when you walk into a sweet shop or a candy shop? You see all these sweets and you just want to sample everything because they're sweets. So this is what it's like if you are on a dating app. You go on there, you sign up, you put up your profile, and immediately you start getting bombarded with these messages, those emojis, whatever comes your way. It feels as
That's bollocks. That's bollocks. Just using some UK slang out there. Bollocks means rubbish or nonsense. When they go on these dating apps, right? They try to have a chin wag. What, AC? A chin wag means a chat or conversation. They try to have a chin wag with a bloke.
right? So then it happens that you meet someone on the dating app, someone you think, okay, there might be potential there. You make arrangements to go out on a date, to go for a coffee, or to just meet in the park. Whatever arrangement that you come up with, you go on the date. If you're not feeling the other person,
go to
or
no
maybe
park.
both of you are not feeling each other, or you're not quite sure about the other person, chances are that one of you or both of you would then start thinking about the other people, John, Lucy, that you left on the dating app. Maybe you've been chatting with multiple people, and because maybe you've seen something about this person you're on a date with and you're not quite sure whether you want to pursue things, then you start to think, okay, I have other options anyway, so after this date, that's the end of it. It's that feeling of being in a candy store, feeling
No, you believe You don't have other options as you get older. This is what they don't understand.
You big dummy.
In your prime, you had enough options. Yeah, you had some guys wanting you in your prime, but as you get older, options are dwindling.
You're done.
This is what they don't get. This is what they refuse to accept. You don't have to accept it, but men are the one who are the ones out here who have to choose. It's the men that have to propose. Again, it's the men that have to get on one knee and say, "Hey, would you marry me?" Now, if these men are not doing that to you, then you're done out here. And they're not doing it to you. They're not proposing. They're not marrying you. You gave your prime years to all the, dregs of society. And now that you're washed, you want a productive man that's actually a credit to society, a credit to his neighborhood, a credit to his family. Just a credit all the way around. Now you want those guys. No. Go back to the streets.
Feeling like there are plenty of fish in the sea. And there are plenty, but sometimes that is just an illusion. Of course, there are some dates that are dates from hell. That's a different scenario altogether. But if you meet someone, you think, okay, there might be a chance there. Why not give things a go, a chance? Because sometimes on the first date, people are nervous and they don't know how to really behave. And again, when it comes to Black African women, we are the most misunderstood group of people. We are so misunderstood as Black.
Here we go with this. There's nothing misunderstood when it comes to relationships. It's simple. They try to make it complex. It's not complex at all. There's no complexities in this. It's very simple. You get with a guy, you be under his leadership. You let him lead. Matter of fact, you don't let him lead. He leads. If you don't want to if you're not into letting him lead, then you bounce. Let him go somewhere else. Don't try to latch onto his resources and try to drain him before you decide to go elsewhere. No, leave that man alone. You be under his leadership. You be fit. You be friendly. You be feminine. And that's it. It's simple for men. They try to make it complex after years of getting it wrong. No, there's no clear understanding for them after they wash. It's like they try to make it harder for other women to understand because they want other women in the same boat as them, and that boat is called the bubble. I talked about that already.
As Black women, to the point that when you meet someone for the first time, they already got preconceived notions about who we are, how we are, what we believe, how we think. We are so misunderstood and we've been given label after label. We're called angry, we're called loud, to the point that people already have formulated opinions way before they even get to know us. And on that date, on that first date, if you say something, maybe it's a slip of the tongue, and sometimes you behave a certain way or say something because of the nerves of being on a first date, which is normal. Everyone does that. But if you're a Black African woman, then you are at a disadvantage already because they already feel some type of way about who you are as a Black African woman. They already got their opinions when it comes to the Black African woman. I don't know what you think about this problem, but before I go, I just want to say that the things that people say about the Black woman or the Black African woman, those things are not true at all. They're a myth, they're a deliberate lie. Someone decided, okay, this is how we're going to label Black women, and we're just going to run with it. But Black women Black African women especially are the most gentle women. They are the most caring, kind, nurturing group of people. And we are resilient. We are raised to be nurturing people. We are raised to build. We are raised to be resilient, to be strong in a nice way. It is not true that we are aggressive. That's just a label that was created to perpetuate some of these things that we encounter as Black women. And it appears as if we are not allowed to express ourselves. We are not allowed to be angry when we are provoked. We are not allowed to feel sad. We are not allowed to be emotional. We're just there for people to say whatever they want about our appearance, about our hair, the way we dress, and everything. It appears as if we don't deserve to feel hurt. That's how it feels sometimes. So I just wanted to make it clear that it is not true. Black women, especially Black African women, are gentle souls. We are raised not to give up so easily. A Black African woman doesn't just give up. We just don't do that. So with that being said, we are not going to give up on finding love, are we, ladies? So yeah, this is what I had for you in this video. As always, let me know what you think in the comments section. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
That's right. Throw up the jazz hands. You're done out here. You're not looking for love. You're looking for help. If you was looking for love, if they were truly looking for love, they wouldn't put up all these imaginary requirements that these men need to have in order for them to be a submissive, cooperative woman to these men. You weren't looking for love. You wanted variety. You got it. They got what they want. You wanted variety. You got it. You was out there. You got a high body count. Got taken on tizzy tours. That's what you wanted. You got it. It's a price for that, though. And the price is this. Making up excuses in your 30s and 40s why you can't find a man. That's the price. You don't get that. It's the streets for you now. You don't get help from these guys. These guys ain't looking for you. You don't get to drain their resources. You don't get their provisions. You don't get their protection. No. Go out there and keep chasing those UK pookies. What are they called out there? Yardies? I don't know what they called out there. Keep chasing those. Keep chasing the UK pookie. Bumping Central C. Anyway. Salute. I just wanted to do another one of these UK vids because, again, like I said, there's no difference. There's really no difference. But anyway, peace.
You're done.